What am I doing to rebrand myself and enter my winter arc? I'm learning to romanticize the cold even though I don't like it, set the right intentions, and not fall into a rabbit hole of winter depression and lose my consistency. Keep watching to see what you can do in the last 70 days of 2024 to enter your winter arc so that you can already be ahead when the new year starts. How can waking up a few hours earlier really change the game? Yes, I really love my bed and it feels so warm and cozy in the morning, but when you get up earlier than usual and realize that you have so much time to complete different tasks, reminds you that you have control over your life and how your day goes. I honestly get what people mean when they say that waking up early is a wealthy person habit. Whoever does this really has their life together, and even if they feel like they don't, they're already at the first step of getting their life together. I honestly first only saw waking up early as beneficial so that I have more time to get ready, take time in my morning routine, and not have to rush. I have all this extra time to get ready, and it's really nice. It helps you live in the moment, and it just helps you enjoy your morning routine. But also waking up early means you have extra time to do your work. You can do it in the morning and get it done before going out for the day. Another good thing about waking up early is that a lot of people, or most people, aren't open. You already made yourself ahead and press start when you decided to wake up earlier. So even though you have a few extra hours in the morning and it feels like it's not that different or things aren't gonna change, it really will, and you just won't notice it right now. I'm starting to learn how to shift my late night work to early morning work instead, which is a little hard because I'm the type of person to feel the need to finish a task in one sitting, but as I slowly incorporate this habit, it'll definitely become a norm for me. That's the ultimate goal, to make something that is difficult for you be not difficult. I'm first setting my intentions for the day. Normally I have my to-do list written and done to prepare for the new day the day before, so these intentions are purely for mental intention. What do you want to be thinking throughout the day? What is your goal for the day? And make it related to ways you can regulate your emotions. Make a promise to yourself that you won't get frustrated quickly, or that you won't let anything bring your energy and mood down.
밤이 오면 항상 turn the lights out. Tell me where you want it. Baby, you're the one I wanna know about. We can fall in slowly, yeah. We don't need to do.
Today we tackle abs. If you guys watched one of my last videos, I said that I needed a monitor for the sake of my eyes, but I never thought of how helpful a monitor actually is. Me screen mirroring it and having that extra screen to do my school stuff is just so helpful. I think this is the perfect time to get it because we're approaching midterms, and honestly, it just makes being a student more fun, and I actually want to do work at my desk now. I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever it starts to get dark earlier on in the day, I just remember why I tend to dread fall. It just feels like the day is already over, but at the same time, we choose to wake up earlier, which should eliminate the feeling of the day being over super fast. So just think about it. If you wake up early, having that feeling of not having enough time in the day is not even gonna matter. We already did most of our work in the morning, which is just super productive. Go you. It just wouldn't be good to let yourself be affected by something that you can't control. Instead of complaining about that thing, you should focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your mindset. I love having chais. I love having matcha. I just got this chrysanthemum drink. These are like really good. I love chrysanthemum tea. So you will either see me going to school with a tank top and sweatpants. You can also see me going in a full-on fit. There's nothing wrong with going to class or like going out in a basic fit, but there's also nothing wrong with having fun and dressing up. But what really keeps me motivated all the time and just feeling good about myself is knowing that I have a fit that I like. I just want a fit that feels feels clean, no matter if it's simple or if it's super out there. Whatever you're feeling for your little winter arc, I just recommend curating your little winter fall wardrobe to your liking. Do you want to make a statement? And what type of clothes do you want to be associated to winter and cold weather you? I feel like I'm a very big puffer jacket girl. When it comes to colder weather, I'm gonna be wearing these puffer jackets. I knew what I was doing back then in 2017 getting this. I still have it to this day, and it's such a cute jacket. It's just this blue crop jacket, and I'm just so in love with it. I just want to experiment with more blues, grays, and whites. I really like just styling sleeves. I want to get more than black and white. And then definitely you can catch me having leg warmers or different long socks. In this basket here, I just have a bunch of different accessories. I have like gloves and stuff for like festivals. I do have leg warmers in here. When the weather starts getting way colder, I'm definitely going to have these in my wardrobe. Definitely experiment with hats. For any special day that you feel like it, pick out your outfit the night before and then actually be excited about it. Dopamine dressing will definitely help you become that light shining in the room, and your fashion will definitely accompany your good mood. You really want to set the tone for your character and visualize them. Ask yourself what type of person do you want to be seen as, and what type of traits you want to have, and which traits you want to emphasize. When you visualize your best self, there's a reason that you're thinking about it. It's because you'll eventually get there. You basically see yourself there. Because you're thinking this, it is meant for you and it's going to happen for you. If you're super passionate about something and you just work towards it, it just means that that thing was meant for you. I have the choice to wake up early if I wanted to. I have the choice to do all the things that are going to make me feel like a better version of myself. Those productive things that I see on Pinterest, those things that I want to be, I can be that. I just have to put in the work individually. It just doesn't have to be a lifestyle that you feel like you can't achieve, and a lifestyle that you feel like you're always going to look at it and be like, yeah, maybe one day, because you can make that yours. If you don't do anything, if you don't put in the work, nothing's gonna happen. It's not just going to be given to you. You can make it a goal, but you have to be super specific about what you need to do to reach that goal. Maybe you see yourself as the best student ever. There's no excuse to not try to be that and actually be that. Step one is to go find some photos that inspire you, people that inspire you, people that you look up to, and discover what their habits are. Also, create a vision board and truly visualize yourself as that student in that photo. Or maybe you want to be that Pilates girl. It's possible even if you're shy. Again, find photos that inspire you, create a vision board, and visualize yourself there. You can start at home and literally build up your knowledge and confidence from there. We always start somewhere. I think I've always been this, but recently I just want pink everywhere. I'm literally in the deepest part of my pink girl era, and I just feel so confident wearing pink. Having so much pink in my room and just having so many pink things just makes me happy. Create a simple visualization screensaver on Canva. Get photos where you can visualize yourself in them and words that inspire you, so that whenever you open your laptop, that's the first thing you see. I'm currently watching On My Blog. This is such an old show, but I actually never watched it. I literally started yesterday, and I'm already on season 2, episode 4. The episodes aren't that long, but I've just been having it on the back because it kind of motivates me while I'm doing my schoolwork. Obviously, everyone's different, and if you have a show in the background, you might get distracted. But for me, I love having that background noise. I love background shows. I just like having some sort of noise in the background, whether that's music or shows. I feel like when I think of reading, I think of a sort of winter fall activity. It's a hobby for every season, but especially I just think snuggling up with a book. Reading, whether or not you're reading something fictional, make it a thing that relaxes. Usually when I think of reading, it's supposed to be something relaxing, but then when I actually get to the reading, I just feel like I'm rushing it. There's such a big difference between getting information from a book or from a screen, because when you're reading a book, you're basically focused only on one thing, but when it comes to a screen, you're kind of like unconsciously keeping yourself super busy with multiple things. There's like so many possible tabs or apps that you can open and exit to, so having time away from your screen is kind of a way to let your brain rest. Sometimes you might not actually see how something is affecting you, so you just have to take a step back and see what thing is making you feel cluttered. Usually when you feel cluttered, it comes along with feeling stuck, and you just need to find a solution to that. Even one simple thing that you might not even think about is your camera roll. If you have thousands of photos in your camera roll and there's just a lot that you can delete, like accidental screenshots, random photos that you just genuinely don't need, clearing out your camera roll, maybe getting a hard drive and transferring photos, or just deleting anything that you don't need, can even help you just clear your mind a bit and take away some of your unconscious stress.
Just be honest 내 머릿속에 넌 남아있어 너.
Go and learn something that no one would ever expect from you. Prove someone's expectations about you wrong and be capable of more than you think, because in the end, when you see that you can do it, it's proof that you can do it. The more that you achieve, I feel like the more you will kind of get a sense of it actually is possible, and then it makes you more motivated to go reach your other goals. But again, it's about the work that you put in and not even about the goal itself. Yes, you make a goal and yes, you want to reach that goal, but ultimately, you shouldn't be expecting something right away. You should be working towards it and you should be loving the work that you're putting into it. And another thing is you need to change your vocabulary and think of things in a different light. A lot of the habits and tasks that you need to do to reach your goals and to be a higher unrecognizable version of yourself seems hard to do because of how you see it. But what's even scarier and what you will regret more is not even taking the actions to do something that will change your life. Even though I'm a huge goal setter and I tend to look at things as giving an action and then receiving something back, I'm really working on shifting my mindset to not having an expectation for everything that I do. I can't keep expecting a certain outcome each time I do something, because in the end, it kind of makes me question whether or not I really had joy in doing that thing. The best way to kind of embody an untouchable and feminine energy is to do things for joy. Doing it because it's good for you, doing it because it makes you feel good, and doing it while not having such a huge expectation for it.
When you start to learn how to be obsessed with the action and not the outcome, then more of your goals will come to you naturally and you'll be working smarter, not harder. You'll be naturally manifesting these goals of yours into your life because you're not having anxiety and worry when it comes to it. Instead, you're associating it with positive energy.
For those days where you feel unmotivated and just in a slump, you have to remember that you get to do the things that you're going to be doing in that day. You get to wake up, you get to have a nice cup of hot tea, you get to feel the air outside. Basically everything that you feel like is pretty simple is just something you can be grateful for. Change your vocabulary. Instead of saying you have to do this thing and you have to do that, just say that you get to do that thing. And even changing your vocabulary can be something so little, but it's going to change things so much. I get to wake up early in the morning. I get to engage in this activity that is going to be a natural stress reliever for me. I get to be in the presence of winter air, and yes, I do not like the cold weather. I honestly dislike it so much, but there's so many other things to be happy about and to be thinking about that doesn't even matter in the end. It's not cold yet, but once it starts getting cold, I'm ready and prepared for the cold weather. I feel like saying these things sound cringy because it might feel overly dramatic or a little too happy in a way, but you have to be dramatic and you have to be so positive. You have to be dramatic when you're entering your winter arc because it's serious. And honestly, who cares if you sound cringy, because in the end, it only matters about where you are when you become the best version of yourself. And you're not gonna be regretting that you were super cringy about being true to your goals and entering your strong winter arc. So visualize your best self and be that person. You just honestly have to be in your own world. Nothing's going to change if you don't do anything to make it change. You can't just let things come to you. And yes, you can manifest and you can be positive, but you do also have to put in the work. Putting in the work is the best part. The progress is the best part. Have you guys ever had the problem where you write down what you're going to do, you write down your whole schedule for the day, and then you just end up not even doing it? It just makes you not feel good about yourself. I've done that so many times. It doesn't feel good. Like, we want to make the schedule and we want to do that actual schedule.
What was the point of making the schedule if you're not even going to follow it?
I've been making the habit of making my schedule on that day and then making kind of a draft schedule of my next day. It's really been helping me to make things on it specific. If you don't make it specific, where do you even start in the first place? The first mistake is when you don't say what you're actually gonna do. If you're gonna put down homework, what homework?
What homework are you going to be doing?
And then the time I give myself for each of those things, I make it longer than I think it's going to take. In a way, I'm tricking my brain into thinking that I'm being more productive. And yes, I'm being productive, but there's this thing that I have where if I finish that thing before the time that I said I was, I just feel ahead of it. I just feel like I'm getting things done, and that's like my main goal
goal here. I just really want to feel like I'm doing my best and I'm putting in all my effort and I'm finishing the things on my schedule. We're up to schedule, we're up to date. That is what being productive is all about. You don't have to make it seem that hard, because normally you write the schedule and then you just can't execute it because you get there and you're like, this is kind of hard. But it doesn't have to be hard.
I don't get too lonely, yeah. We don't need to keep affording. Look at me, just baby, I do. Me alone and on, guess one and on. Baby, come and show me, yeah.